I had it all. I had a marriage of 36 years. After my wife left, I found it very difficult to try and maintain my home. It just wasn't bricks and mortar, it was my home. I remember living in my home one winter, and it was so cold that the ice was on the inside of the double glazing. You're existing, you're not living. I started to not only shun my life, but I started to shun people, and it was to protect them. I didn't want them to see what I'd become. Being homeless is a very lonely existence. When I needed to cry, I went to the graveyard, because when you're in a graveyard, people will walk past and just give you time of day, you know, they'll give you that space. But if you walk into Belfast, or you go to your local supermarket and you burst into tears, it's not the same. There'd be a crowd around you. Finally, I'd had enough. I found myself standing on top of a bridge overlooking a motorway. A message came on my phone, and it was my grandson, and it made me realise that what I was doing was wrong. I wandered off. I went into the housing executive, where I met two lovely people. They were the home team of the Simon community, where they offered me somewhere to live. Simon found me a home in their project, which is the big house over at the St. Field Road. I was there for 100 days. What I remember most, and the first thing I remember, was having my first hot shower. Literally, hot shower. I stood and cried in a shower. They seen to all my needs. Do you need clothes, Phil? Do you need to wash your clothes? Do you need something to eat? What about your finances? You're entitled to benefits, you're entitled to this. There was things I didn't even know I was entitled to. Once a week they would come and we would sit down and discuss, Phil. They would say, right, what can we do for you today? Harsh things, not only about where I was living, but where do you want to live? What was my needs, you know? Maybe mental or physical needs. I knew this was a stepping stone. And not only did they find me somewhere to live, but they brought me here to view the place. They did all the paperwork. They still to this day come and visit. They ring and say, hello, how's things going? They just couldn't do enough, and they still do to this day. Since moving into my new home, things have just got better and better. I went and seen my grandson in New Zealand, and this year my granddaughter was born, and life just hasn't stopped. And that's all down to having a home that Simon provided.